G'day, we're going to have a look into the new Dell Pro 14 Plus portable monitor. Specifically, the model number is P1425. Now, this is a 14-inch portable monitor, and I'm not new to portable monitors. I actually own a few myself, as they are absolute fantastic when I'm running around and also working at cafes. I do that quite a bit, especially one of the video editing, as having a second monitor really helps. Now, if you do presentation, it also helps a lot. And if you're one of those who basically a gypsy who travels a lot and does business, and this is absolutely one of those things that it's just great to have a portable monitor. Now, these portable monitors allows you basically to do in extended mode or even in mirror mode when you're doing presentations. Just it does help out for that. Now, we're going to have a quick look at some of the features of this. Now, this here, I have reviewed the previous model a few years back here, and it was great, but I didn't find it bright enough, especially when you're out in daytime. Now, they actually increased it to 400 nits now, so this is actually can do a lot better in the daytime. It is a matte finish to it, so anti-glare is a lot more, deals with the glare a lot better in this new model here now. Now, it also has a few extra features. Now, it does have a very minimalistic sort of OSD, or that's basically on-screen display, to really do customization, but it is a USB, so it does have a USB on the right side, which also does pass-through power. So you can actually pass through power of 65 watts to a laptop. Now, this is currently being driven by a Dell Pro 13 Plus laptop here. Again, one of the new displays, and now I actually did a review for it. I'll put a link in the description if you want to have a look at it. But you can pretty much hook this one up to even a Mac if you wanted to, or any other. Doesn't have to be a Dell computer, it can be any other computer, and is using USB. Now, there's another side here, which is a USB port, and it does come with about, say, a meter length in cable USB port there. Now, I kind of wish it had HDMI port. That's kind of a bit of a drawback. I've had other portable ones had either mini HDMI or HDMI, just to give that a little bit more versatility if you don't have a USB-C cable. But again, it has been changed. It's got a bit of a base here, which is a little bit easier to work with because it actually is quite nice to have the different angles. Now, while I'm talking about angles, this also has rotation support. So at the moment, I'll just have a quick there. I've unlocked the rotation. There is actually a button. There are actually two buttons here, one for actual brightness, for control the brightness, and the other one is for rotation load. What that means is basically you can actually, not only can you do it horizontal, you can for landscape, and I'm just going to try and see if I can get out of the glare of the light, and you can actually do it in portrait. So I do know quite a lot of colleagues and a lot of friends who actually love having a second monitor in portrait mode for emails or even just web browsing or doing a lot of PDF reading. So that's great for those who do that. So it's able to do that for that. So, and then of course you can actually lock the rotation itself. So if you move it around, it doesn't really change that much for it. So there. And then there's also a power button on the other end here. And just to give you an idea how much it can go. So pretty much this is the angle. I'm just going to try and put a thing hand to give you an idea. And it pretty much goes, I wouldn't say 90 degrees. I would say probably around about close to about 85 degrees is what its maximum degrees viewing length. And I'm just going to kind of give you an idea on the viewing angle now. Its resolution is 1920 by 1200, which means it has an aspect ratio of 16 by 10. So that's great, having the extra little bit of real estate for your start bar or any other thing else. So I just like having that nice aspect ratio for these monitors here. Now, it does not have touch. So if you're looking for a touch screen, hopefully Dell maybe later on will make a touch version for it, but this one does not have a touch. Measuring the color gamma coverage of the P1425, it resulted with 92.5% sRGB coverage, 65.1% Adobe RGB coverage, and 67.2% DCI-P3 coverage. Now, this is sufficient for most mainstream and office users, such as media consumption and standard web content, but it's not really ideal for the professional photo or video editor, especially for those that work with print and that need accurate viewing of high-end HDR, such as cinema content. Just a forewarning about the battery drains on the portable monitors. Now, this is not any better on the Dell P1425. It's pretty much standard. It's pretty much whenever you connect a portable monitor, you're looking at basically double the battery drain of a laptop. So just prepare for that. And I did test it out on the P1425, and again, it was around about 50 to about 55% extra battery drain on the laptop that was using just only the built-in display. Having carried around with me and used it a couple of times through this couple of weeks, it has been a nice joy to actually use. It is nice and light, definitely like idea of having the actual included case here for it, although I kind of wish it was a little bit more harder, just because I sometimes just fear that it may crack the screen just because this is still felt. I know they're trying to keep it nice and light. I just wish it was just hard, something just a little bit harder inside just to put the screen against, like maybe an extra cardboard or something, just a little bit more harder than that. That's about all I'm worried about, just so it doesn't have that flex. Is the only thing I can say about the actual case itself, just to protect it while it's in travel. But else, it has been a great joy to actually use. Again, I wish it just had also a HDMI port, just so I have versatility if in case I don't have a USB-C cable. I know we are moving over to a USB cable, but hey, it's always nice to have an extra type of that I can move towards, or other people have got to connect to. And also, I love the fact that they've actually increased the brightness, and the actual matte display has been fantastic to work with. The resolution's been great to work with. Why to have a 4K version? That's just me, because I do run video editing stuff, and having 4K helps me with the higher resolution, just helps me with all those special types of windows. But for those who are actually doing a lot of business and word processing and spreadsheets, this is absolute fine. The actual 1920 by 1200 is a great resolution to actually work on websites and stuff like that. Just being a content creator, I just like having high up there. And also, not touch, it's not really a big thing for me, but those would be nice to see later on. Hopefully, maybe Dell, you can make a touch version later on. But else, it's been a wonderful product to actually work with, this Dell Pro 14 Plus portable monitor. Now, I hope you find this video informative and enjoyed it. If you did, if you support my channel, smash that like button for me. Share this video, it does help me out. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll see you next video.